stereotypes can be hurtful and stuff, but it's something I didn't have to deal with within my interracial relationship, and I love that. And it's also a thing that he didn't take into consideration when dating me. All that stuff went out the window. All he saw was a fine, beautiful girl, and he wanted to get to know me. And I love that. Like, you didn't care about my skin color, you can look past my skin color. I absolutely love that. Alright, so second time recording this because the first time I recorded this video, my eyelash decided to fly away throughout the whole video. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Sakara Janae. I need a drink. Second time filming this. Today we have an awkward conversation, interracial dating as a black woman in 2020. It is an awkward one. So I am going to break this video up into two parts because the first part, I just want to talk to you guys about negative connotations surrounding interracial dating with black women. And then the second part, just basically common questions for people who are considering maybe dating outside of their race. And it's just everyday questions that they want to get answered. So let's just dive right into it.
One eternity later.
When it comes to interracial dating, it's 2020, but it's still a very sensitive topic, especially within the black community. I feel like black women get a lot of hate for dating outside of their race versus when black men date outside of their race. Now, don't get me wrong, when black men date outside their race and stuff, a lot of women come for them for not choosing the black queen and stuff. But a lot of times in those situations, the women are coming for them because they just kind of downgrade black women in the process of them dating outside of their race. Like, to me, I don't care if you want to date outside your race, go ahead, honey, do you. But date outside your race in your corner. There's no need to come for me, talk down on me to your spouse. Now, granted, like, I get it, it's your house, it's your prerogative, but what the hell do you get out of that? And ladies, if you are dating outside of your race and someone is talking down to you, doesn't matter what color it is. If someone's talking down to you about their race and they are dating you, just go ahead and hop right out that relationship because they might be fetishizing you. But for me in particular, I never thought I would marry outside of my race because the relationship I am in, I can very well see us getting married in the future. I'm very happy with my relationship. Like, words can't describe how I feel, but I'm very happy, I'm very grateful, and I feel very lucky and blessed to be with the guy that I'm with. And I just thank you, God, every day for just allowing our paths to cross because he is truly my other half and I am completely in love. This is just my opinion, so some people might be offended, or not even offended. Some people might have their own opinion or not agree with me, and that's okay. Let's just agree to disagree. But if this isn't a video for you, keep it pushing. For me, like I said, I never thought I would end up marrying outside of my race because I am attracted to black men. I do love black men, but at the time when I was single, because the relationship I am in right now, we've been together for a little over 3 years. When I was single, nobody was checking for me. Nobody. Nobody at all. Nobody at the gym, nobody in the stores, nobody at school. I did go out with one guy in school, but he wasn't even black, so nobody in my race was checking for me. I was still gonna date, I was still gonna do me. Now, I guess I did kind of lie to y'all. Oh, hell no! I did just a little bit. Before I got into the relationship I am in now, I was in like a whole 8-month relationship type deal, but he was playing games. He was a black man, he was in the Navy, he was playing games, y'all. He wanted to be serious with me. I mean, he was still sleeping around with other women and shit. Like, he was dogging me out at the same time, yet he wanted to wife me. No, you're not about to dog me out and then think I'm just gonna sit there and just be passive and not say something. And first of all, y'all, I'd rather be single than deal with a dog ass man. It's really not that difficult. It's not that hard. If you care about that person, you can control yourself. It's something my man tell me all the time. Like, why would you even put yourself in that situation to cheat on the other person? I'd rather be alone. So he was dogging me out and everything, and it just did not work out. It wasn't it. I wasn't happy, and then once I was ready to end things, of course he was trying to make it work and stuff, and it's just like, no, I'm done. Like, this is unhealthy, this is toxic. And I also felt like I couldn't be myself around him, so it wasn't a good situation for me. I was very unhappy. My friends could tell. Like, I was just, it wasn't good. So luckily I moved on. So when it comes to interracial dating and stuff, there's a lot of stigmas surrounding it, whether it's stereotypes, different cultures, fetishizing preferences, etc, 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 especially within the black community. Black men will date out in our community, and like I said previously before, talk down on us while they date out and stuff.
I like light-skinned women. I want you to be lighter than me. I love African-American women, but I just don't like my skin complexion. My complexion, we too good. Light-skinned women, they more sensitive. You know?
Dark-skinned women out here sensitive.
No, they too tough. They too tough.
It is a very ignorant statement, is what I will say. It's a damn thing.
Anytime you speak on this color issue of you prefer light-skinned women, and as you phrase it, you don't like black girls, okay, or you don't like black African Americans, however you phrase it, my dude, it looks worse and worse every time.
It does.
When you two very sensitive to the issue where black women seem to be discriminated not only in terms of preference, but of course in opportunities they may get in the real world.
Yeah,
they're going to be sensitive. Their antennas are going to be a group of people who share skin colors too rough, and you want somebody who's more sensitive. Bad. By the way, that also is a stereotype that black women or women who are more dark, they are motherfucking aggressive and they're just not nice and sensitive. That's definitely not the truth, given the fact that there's a lot of dark-skinned women who are very gentle.
Ain't nobody all the same. Like, ain't no race all the same.
But Gilbert Arenas decided to bring his ignorant ass onto the post and basically said, how black are we talking? And saying that, you know what, the most beautifulest so-called black women are usually brown skinned. They're never darker than the Gabriel Union. You know, I don't care what anybody says. Black women with African features like Lupita Nyong'o, they're not cute. They're only cute when the lights are off. Just being very, very disrespectful. And people drug his ass. They drug his ass all up and down social media. Basically what happened is that some, dude ended up tagging him. He goes, hey, look, it's the black girl you said looks better in the dark. So he came back and he responded, everybody's saying her skin looks beautiful. How about her face though? Lights off. I'm just to the point where I'm over the whole colorism thing. I'm over these colorist ass men. And funny enough, most of these colorist men tend to be the same skin tone as the women that they're calling themselves clowning, okay? What I've noticed in my travels around, okay, is that a lot of black guys, particularly the dark-skinned ones, they seem to have some type of hate for dark-skinned women who are confident. Because again, a lot of these guys like to push the narrative that all dark-skinned women are ugly, they're fat, they're overweight, they're ghetto, they never wear their real hair. They like to push all these narratives to justify why they're dating outside their race or why they're running behind racially and biracial women. It took me a long time to be confident with my skin color, to love the skin that I'm in, because for years society told me that I was not beautiful and I'm not as good as a girl who looks like an Amber Rose or a girl who looks like a Rihanna or a Beyonce. And it's not just the men that feel some type of way, women as well. Because best believe when I had on my birthday outfit, honey, I was shutting down a lot of fucking chicks out there on South Beach. And they was not feeling that shit because as a dark-skinned girl, again, the stereotype is I should be looking like Gabourey Sidibe. And that's no disrespect to her. So please don't take it like that. But that's the narrative that they push. They hardly ever want to push the beautiful dark-skinned black girl who's in shape, who has her shit together. They don't push that narrative. They always want to push the precious narrative, okay? That when they do see a dark-skinned black girl who's just as fly, you know what I'm saying, who, the white guys are coming at her, the black guys are coming at her, the Latino guys are coming at her, they feel some type of way because, again, as a dark-skinned female, you're supposed to be a walking stereotype. And when you break that stereotype, it makes people uncomfortable.
Fetishizing other women because of their hair textures or their eye colors, and you don't see it amongst the other races where while they're dating out, they're bashing their own women and everything. But even with that, like 3 years ago before I met him, like I was still like hopeful, like I'm gonna find my Prince Charming and everything. So I met my boyfriend. My boyfriend is Colombian and I am an African American beauty queen. and we worked at the same place. We both worked at the zoo. I was a photographer. I am not like a professional photographer. I was just one of those people that got on your nerves whenever you enter a theme park or something like that. I was one of those people. And he was a zookeeper at the time. He's moved on to a different job and stuff, but at the time when we first met, he was a zookeeper. And I just saw him like in his little what you call it? It's not a cage. What you call it? Your little thingy. What you call it? The thingy.
Enclosure?
Yes, thank you. So I saw him in his little enclosure. Okay, so I told his family this is so embarrassing. So he's Colombian, but he's from Miami. So y'all, he tans really dark. I thought he was Indian. Like I'm just gonna drink out of embarrassment. I'm so embarrassed. Y'all, I thought he was Indian. So I remember telling my coworkers, I was like, oh my god, like he's so cute, like he is so attractive and stuff, and like I don't know, like he's like, cause we would stare at each other for months walking back and forth. We was like, hi. One day I might encourage him to get on camera so we can both tell the story of how we met. I bet that would be funny because it's just going to be two different encounters, you know, like two different point of views, and it's just going to be hilarious. I'm just like, hey, he's like, hey, and he's hitting me with them eyes every time he walked by. Like I'm telling y'all, like he was giving me the shoulder, like that look. I'm telling y'all. But he would never say anything to me. But eventually we got to the point where we exchanged names. Eventually we got to the point where we exchanged phone numbers. And he asked me out on a date, and I'd never been in a relationship with a Hispanic guy before him, nor did I never even consider Hispanic guys. But the way I was raised was everybody represents themselves. So I'm not going to look at this single person and be like, oh, because you are this color, this is automatically how you're going to be. You're going to have these points of views, you're going to have these stereotypes because this is the way you were brought up and stuff. You never know the situation. Everyone is brought up differently. That's why you have like, everyone is different. Reminds me of that Breakfast Club episode with the cast of Dear White People, and they say where they said that being black is not a singular experience. And that applies to every single race because we are all raised, brought up differently, different environments, everything. It's not a singular experience, and that's why I freaking hate stereotypes too. That is not a singular experience. Never like say I would never date a guy because he's white, or I would never date a guy because he's Asian, or I would never date a guy because he's Hispanic. If you can impress me, if you can knock me off my feet, you're not on some type of racist bullshit or rude bullshit or stuff like that, then we're good. We can give it a try. We can give it a go. He looks like a little Prince Charming. He has a cute little smile, and I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. So the date went really well. We clicked. It was amazing. He offered to pick me up for our first date. My best friend had to remind me that the other day. She was like, remember that? She was like, remember when he offered to pick you up? Where do they do that at? Where do they make them like that? They don't make them like that anymore, where the man offers to come and pick you up from your house. But then again, I understand the times we live in where like that might not be the best idea. And I was like, no, I'll meet you. And then not only that, the first date he took me on was a coffee date, so he clearly was not trying to get in my pants. And if he was, then you were really slick with that. But a coffee date, I let him know like really clear, like, okay, I gotta go to class, because I was in college at the time. Like, I have to go to class at this certain time, and he's like, that's cool or whatever. So we met. Our first date was amazing. Our date was absolutely perfect, y'all. Like, oh my god. So we're in the Riverside area, and if you are familiar with Jacksonville, Florida, then you know the Riverside area is a little cutesy little area, whatever, where you can go out on dates. Walk me back to my car, open my car door, and fast forward 3 years later, and he still opens every car door for me, and it's just the sweetest thing ever. And I love that. We went on a second date, and that went well too, and oh my god, I love that man. But the point is for me, I just kept my options open. I'm not saying like don't date black men or purposely date outside your race. All I'm saying is keep your options open, because you could probably pass over someone willing to treat you right, someone willing to court you like the queen you are, support you in everything that it is that you do, but you keep denying them or turning them away simply because of the color of their skin. To me, everyone deserves love, and I'm gonna give you a chance if I feel like you're worthy of a chance, and I don't regret it. So I wasn't fetishizing him and everything. It wasn't a hard decision for me to be like, oh, I'm gonna date outside my race. But it kind of kicked in after we were in a relationship and stuff, and when you get stares and everything, and especially from other black people or black men, because I definitely got stares, and I feel like that's when I get the most stares, is from our own people, because it's kind of like a betrayal to them sometimes, to some of our own people. It's like, it's a betrayal. It's like, no, I'm happy. I am so happy, and I didn't even go looking for this. It came to me, and I never been treated this way. He respects me, he courts me. I feel like a queen. I feel like I can be myself. I never felt so comfortable. He's my best friend, and I just feel so lucky. I feel so blessed to have him in my life, and I just thank God every day because I've just been through so much. I am so happy. So that is it for part 1 of this video. In part 2, you guys, I will be answering like just common questions, like I said earlier, about interracial dating, like meeting each other's families, X, Y, and Z, common questions, the bonnet, all that stuff. I'll go ahead and answer that in part 2 for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and record part 2 tomorrow because my camera is dying, and I think my eyelash is about to start flapping again, and we don't want that. This video is in no way, shape, or form to throw shots at black men. I just want y'all to just hear from my perspective. This is my experience. So I will get more into that in the second part of the video. And my interracial relationship happened by coincidence, so everyone's story is different. That was it, you guys. I am a model. I am into fashion. So what are you doing? If you are looking for those things, be sure to follow me on my Instagram at TakaraJanae. Y'all, I make bomb content, like the best content. Make sure you do give me a follow. Make sure you like my photos, leave comments, check out my stories. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment below. If you guys have any questions pertaining to interracial dating, just ask me anything. Don't ask me anything super personal, because sometimes TMI is TMI, and sometimes people's personal business is their personal business. But if you have any general questions, do feel free to ask me in the comment section, or you can message me on my Instagram. I will get back to you. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you do subscribe. We already know that you guys need a minute to subscribe, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a minute to subscribe to my channel. So go ahead and take the time to do so, sis. Alright, so now that you guys have subscribed, I finished my wine. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, love you. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. You rock with me. What? I'm excited. I'm so excited. I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.